are we today? I am really well, thank you. And I'm coming to you today to do a reading for a general weekly read for the week of the 3rd to the 9th of October. And I keep wanting to say September, but it's October. I'm going to be reading from my Sacred Geometry Healing cards, and these are available from stockists worldwide, but if you buy them also from myself, I will personally sign for you. And my website is www.phoenixgateway.com.au. Okay, and also on my website are my liquid alchemy in a bottle, or my lab products. These are high vibrational frequencies that have been created to ingest, and they have been created to nurture, balance, and heal mind, body, and spirit. So they are being made to actually take them internally, but you can also rub them on your body. You can put it in your food, in your water. If you go onto my website, which is www.phoenixgateway.com.au, you can find a PDF at the top of the homepage that you can download, and it will give you more information on working with frequencies and ingesting these kinds of frequencies as well. So I'm going to put these to the side for now. All right, so let me get into the reading. I'm just going to move my Buddha friend here. I've had to find another spot today to do a reading because I'm just having some work done outside and it was a little bit noisy. So when I was sitting with the energy just before, one of the things that came up very strongly were the words transcending limitations. And now that Mercury is no longer retrograde and has started to go direct as well, there's going to be also a lot more clarity in the way in which in which outcomes can be perceived, in the way we're thinking, messages that are coming forth. And no, we can't always blame, it's not about the blame game of, a planet is not direct or it's retrograde. But astrologically, when we talk about things on an astrological level, they absolutely do play, they have a place in everything that is going on, because not only are we working with astrology, but the ancient civilizations also did, and that was their way of also working with with planting and doing a number of different things in their cultures. So going back to what I was saying, I really feel that we're in the process of letting go, of transcending limitations that we put on ourselves. But what it also is about what we can actually let go of, because what we find is when we need to let go of things, whether it's a material wealth, or it's a person, or it's a feeling, an emotion, some form of trauma that occurred, when we get to a point, then we start to really understand how certain energies keep us stuck in a situation. Then we can understand the importance of letting things go. And when we do, what you will start to find is how things start to move again, how things open up for you. And, you can transcend certain limitations. You'll find that those certain energies, or the things that you've held on to from your past, that you've, that you feel are such an important part of your life, you go, you know what, if I actually let that go, that's going to open up another doorway for the next thing to be able to come in, and the next lot of energies that I can work with and are going to flow. Okay. And sometimes we have to hit a rock bottom. Sometimes we have to experience that dark night of the soul, so that we know that it's okay to hit rock bottom, because when we do, when we go through that chaos and what seems to feel like absolute negativity and the end of the world is actually not. It's actually opening up the doorway for something so new and a totally new beginning. And you can start that by reflecting. As we start to reflect on those things, you know, when we start to walk the labyrinth, we're walking and we're reassessing and acknowledging aspects of our life that we have gone through, that we have endured, that, you know, that we know that at the end of the day that things needed to happen, because if the things that happened in our life didn't, if that chaos didn't arrive, or that aspect of trauma or a crisis happened to us, then we may not grow the way that we need to learn to move forward. And that might sound harsh to some people, and it's not there to be on it's not there to sound harsh at all. It's there just as an understanding. For myself, I've had loss, I have had death, and I've not only that, the death, the grief, I've also had loss in other aspects with, you know, as I've dealt with my children. And I've had to, you know, things, they say things don't happen to us, they happen for us. And it is so true, you know, when we can look back at how far we have come and where we're at now. And this card's a 45. 45 is a 9. 4 plus 5 is a 9. It is about endings. It's about knowing that we can reflect back, we can let go of those certain aspects of our life, because now we're here, we acknowledge them, we let them go, whether you create forgiveness around it. It's not about forgetting, it's about forgiving, okay? And when you can do that, you're going to find yourself opening up so many new doorways. That one is coming through for you. Okay, excuse me, I've dropped a card. Card's all the way down here. Okay. All right. The Merkaba. So for some, what this is saying is that you have been unwell, or you're like physically unwell. And if this is the case for yourself, working with a Merkaba frequency, that aspect of the Merkaba will assist you on your healing path, okay? The Merkaba, one of the beautiful ways in which you can work with this Merkaba is you can place the Merkaba, if you've actually got it in a crystal, you can actually have it in your presence. You can visualize by drawing a Merkaba around your bed, and absorbing yourself within that energy, seeing yourself centered in that energy. You may even do a meditation or a visualization where you put yourself into a Merkaba, and in that Merkaba, you're taking yourself wherever you need to go to create that healing. But it's also about ascension. The Merkaba is all about the ascension process, and this is what's happening with us now. We're lifting our frequencies. We're transcending the old, the lower vibrational frequencies, and we're going into that higher level of frequency. Okay, let's find another card. I can hear my son talking. He probably doesn't even know I'm here, so hopefully he'll be a little quiet when he comes through. Okay, there we go. This is a period, it's funny, last week was the card I was thinking, I wonder if the fruit of life is going to come through, because the fruit is all about the learning. It's about, it's about going through the aspects of self, in which whatever we need to create the healing for ourselves. But at the other level, it's also about maybe there's something new, there's something new that you need to learn. You know, you're ready to absorb more knowledge, to gain more teaching, okay? And this is the fruit of life. These are the fundamental 13 spheres okay, within creation. And these 13 spheres are the spheres of knowledge, and we can go within ourselves and do the healing, the acknowledgement. It's about working on the self, whether it's about self-acceptance, self-acknowledgement, self-love, self-worth. Working with the fruit of life is the way to go. And you're working very much with the feminine aspect, because when we're working with the sphere or the circle is all about the feminine. It is when we put the 78 lines, we join them up to the fruit, which is where we get the Metatron's cube, and we're bringing back in the masculine feminine aspect. But in this sense, this really is working on the feminine. So this is also saying to us, you know, I'm at a point in my life right now, and I'm ready to learn something on a whole new level. I just got to say, I'm just doing a reading. Okay. A couple more cards, and I think, whoop, okay. Next card to come out, and I love it, because the other thing that I think is really important to know is, like, numbers are huge when we start to when we start to work and accelerate ourselves on a level of awareness, which is consciousness, and our intuition heightens. What we start to also see is everything has a sign within it. So the fruit of life was the card I pulled before, and the inner child is the next. And what you'll see is the palindromic numbers. There's 14 and 41, okay? So that will be very significant for somebody out there. Okay, what is the same forward is also the same backward. Very, very significant. What's also beautiful is if you were to add the numbers up, 14 and 41, you'd actually get a 10. So you got 5 plus 5 is a 10, okay? But this is saying that if I was to read it with this is saying that the work that we really truly need to do on ourselves is the inner child aspect. And we can go through, we can do that swan doing that deep dive, okay? We're going through introspection here. We're going into the inner child, okay? We're going to go in, we're going to nurture, we're going to love, because this is also creation. And we're going to create the forgiveness. We're going to strengthen that outer shell by acknowledgement through letting go, okay? And we're going to heal this aspect of the inner child, because as we do this, we're also going to, as we start to heal that inner child, that inner wounding, and it's wounding for some. For others, it might just be that you haven't accessed your inner child. You've been so drawn into being, you know, an adulting, that you've forgotten to really find that playfulness and that happiness and that joyfulness of the child. Maybe it means you need to go to the beach and you play in the sand, or go to a swing, have a swing, you know, go to play equipment, just draw, do something that is more of child's play, that gets you out of your head and, you know, more into that right-brained aspect and that playfulness and that happiness and the joy. That is what we're looking for. This is what we're here to create, because we're transcending any limitations, any illusions that we've created for ourselves at this point in time. So I'm just going to draw 2 more cards, and I'm going to, okay, it's about stepping into your power now. This is about standing in your power. This is the acknowledgement of who you are. This is your self-worth. This is knowing that you are creating the world that you want. You are transcending any limitations within your life now, because you are stepping forward and creating the world that you want to see now. Again, that's an 18. So the 9, 1 plus 8, the 9 is about what you have now decided you are letting go of, what you no longer need to hold on to, because for you to step forward, for you to release your shackles, you have to acknowledge and accept that what has happened within your life up to date, there are going to be aspects of that that you need to let go. And as you do that, you are going to you're going to be on fire, because you are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Okay? You are going to create the most amazing path. You're going to clear a pathway that is going to allow you to transcend all limitations. And as we're doing that, and I absolutely love this, is gratitude. Okay? Gratitude for all that we have experienced. Gratitude for all lessons that we have been given, because at the end of the day, this is what will create the strength. It is an acknowledgement, it is an understanding, and it allows us the ability, to go to the next level of where we're meant to be. Knowledge comes from experience, and this experience comes from making mistakes. It comes from knowledge, experience comes from going, you know what, I haven't done that the right way. And something that you're going to have to learn from. So, and through that, you will gain so much wisdom. So much wisdom. I just love it. At the bottom of the deck is the egg of life. This is a 3, and 3 is all about expansion. It is our connection to the divine. It is the Holy Trinity. And this is consciousness. And this is knowing that within these 8 spheres in 3 dimensions, or 13 spheres in 2 dimensions, they sit right within our perineum. Okay? They are the only cells that stay with us from the time of conception to the time we die. Everything we need to know, everything, is within these cells. And the way, and as we start to heighten our frequencies, as we start to create an awareness, an awakening, and expand consciousness, we are going to start accessing more and more of the knowledge and wisdom that lay within our cells. And this is going to help you on every level of healing of mind, body, and spirit. And it is going to create a stronger connection to the all. We are all a part of the all, and everything that you need to know. Have an absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week wherever you are. I look forward to speaking with you again next week. If you want to know a little bit more about my cards or my lab, my website is www.phoenixgateway.com.au. If you want to email me to ask any questions whatsoever, please do. It is emily@phoenixgateway.com.au. I will be doing another online event where an introduction to my cards. I think it might end up being the end of November, so I'm hoping to put something up shortly. It's just making when it feels right to be doing it for me to bring it forward. So have a wonderful week. Love you all, and speak with you soon. Bye for now.